Hello, welcome to the class of Cybersecurity Foundation. So today we are going to discuss about the vulnerabilities. So in this class we will discuss about what is vulnerabilities, classification of these vulnerabilities and their impacts on the system. So first let's discuss about what is vulnerabilities. So the vulnerability is a weakness which allows an attacker to reduce a system information assurance. So it is a cyber security term that refers to a flaw in a system that can leave it open to a attack. So the vulnerabilities is the composition of three elements. First element is a flaw in a system or a flaw in the design of a system. Next is access of attacker to that particular flaw. And third one is capability of attacker to exploit or cause damage from that particular flaws. So this is what a vulnerability is. So next we are going to discuss about the classification of vulnerabilities according to the assets, the cybersecurity assets. So first one is hardware. So here hardware, the vulnerabilities to the hardware is like susceptible to humidity, susceptible to dust, or susceptible to unprotected storage, that the where the servers are kept that have the lot of information about the users and they are not protected by any locked doors. So that is the vulnerabilities to the hardware. Next one is vulnerability to the software is caused due to insignificant testing and lack of updations, and there is a lack of design flaws. Next one is the network vulnerabilities. It caused due to unprotected communication lines and the insecure network architecture. Next is personal flaws, that is caused due to inadequate recruiting process and inadequate security awareness or trainings to the staff. Next one is the physical site flaws. So the physical site flaws occurs due to the area that is subject to the flood or the natural calamities and the unreliable power source to the physical sites. Next one is the organizational flaws or the vulnerabilities that occur due to the lack of regular service, lack of continuity plannings, and the lack of the security. So these are the assets that are vulnerable to the various attacks. Next one we will discuss about the vulnerabilities. So some of the vulnerabilities in the system occur due to missing patches or the missing updations. So by not installing recent updates to the system, which cause failure of the application or also reduce the security of the system. So patches can be installed carefully by assessing its full information. Next one is clear text credential. So it refers to the user data that is not encrypted or encoded using cryptographic keys, and data is available in the data which is available in clear text form can be read by anyone by tapping the signals or the packets. To protect the data such as the username, the password, and the credit card pins must be encrypted before transmitting over the unsecured network. Next one, vulnerabilities occur in the system due to the using unencrypted channel. So the system on the network using unencrypted or unsecured channel are more vulnerable to the threats or the attacks. Like for example, by using HTTP instead of HTTPS for browsing. So these are the unencrypted channels that are vulnerable to the attacks. Next one is the RF emanations. So the RF, the radio frequencies can penetrate walls and spread over to the long distance. This is known as RF emanations. Attackers can tap the RF signals to steal information, so filters can be installed to protect the network or the packets or the information of the users, so to cause a great damage to the organizations. So these are some of the vulnerabilities that are occur over the systems. Next one, The impact that occurs due to these vulnerabilities. So a successful cyber attack can cause major damage to the organization or a system, as well as to a business reputations and consumer trust. First one is financial loss. The financial loss caused theft of corporate information, the theft of financial information like the bank details or the payment card details, and disruption of the trading and loss of businesses or the contract. So this is the impact which is caused by the cyber attack due to the vulnerabilities or the flaws in the system. Next one is reputational damage. So the trust is an emotion sorry the trust is an essential element of customer relationship. So cyber attack can damage your personal reputation. So this reputational damage is loss of customers, loss in sales, and reduction in the profit. Next one is the legal consequences. So the Data Protection Act requires by the organization to manage the security of personal data. If this data is accidentally deliberated, compromised, and organization fail to secure it, then they may face the fine and regulation sanctions from a legal organizations. So this is all about the vulnerabilities. Thank you.